All right, welcome to the Larry Live Show. Today's date is May. I'm one of them M's. May the 17th, 2025. Not going to be here long, but you guys asked for it, so I'm going to tell you what I think, what I know, and what I see concerning what went viral about 2 days ago concerning the Annabelle doll, and then almost simultaneously, at least the same day, the burning of a very historic plantation. So I want you guys to prepare yourself for that. I also want you guys to tell everybody that you know. For the last 2 years, we have been taking down the commentary that we have provided around certain stories that were in the public. If the story was about you, make sure that you email LarryReidLive@gmail.com. Send the link to the post or to the video, and we will remove your post or your video. The conversation's already been had. No need for it to stay out there. If it is injuring you in any way, definitely. So let us know, and we would absolutely remove that for you. It's all about the conversation, the illumination. All of that happens in our heart and mind when we have discussions. So that's what it's all about. But if you have been negatively impacted, please let us know. We will remove.
Hello, my name is Angel Perry. I am a proud member of the Reformation Church of Atlanta. I started out following Larry probably, I want to say back in 2019. I was an LRLer, listening to everything that he had to talk about. And the truth is, Larry just tickled me. In the very beginning, I just loved to hear him talk. Everything that he talked about, I started looking for other videos that he had posted and just truly enjoyed who he was. And I felt such a connection. Even to the simple things like when I watched his documentary and they talked about how Larry was tolerated. You know, and so long in my life, I felt that way, like tolerated. You know, so many different ways that I felt like I connected, like even to, you know, people in my family. I was the one that everyone came to whenever they needed anything, whether it was advice, whether it was finances, whatever it was. I've always been the person that people come to. But, you know, there were times when if I were the person in need, who do I go to? So I always had to make sure, like, I got to get this. I got to make this happen, you know. So I've always felt kind of a connection. But then I became a patron, and I started following really just to hear him talk more because there was more stuff in Patreon, to be honest with you. So I started listening in Patreon. But then I started hearing people talk about, oh, if you're not here on for the calls on Sunday, you're missing it. So I started listening on Sunday. And when I tell you that is the thing that changed my life so much for the better in so many ways. The first thing, you know, a lot of us have already talked about the financial wellness plan and what an impact that had. I've always been, you know, I pay my tithe. The way I talked about it, the language I used then was I pay my tithes, paid my offerings. And I've always been blessed in that way. But the difference when I started the financial wellness plan and I started learning about the teruma and I started learning about the seed. And, you know, you grow what you sow and you grow where you sow and those kinds of things. And my whole mentality started to change. I went from thanking God for being blessed to thanking God for being a blessing and starting to ask God, okay, instead of what else can you bless me with, how can I be a blessing? My language even changed because I grew so much. And I went from what at the time we all considered good money to still it's just, you know, but I make 3 times what I made when I first encountered as an LRL, even back then. So that's grown. But more than the financial shift has been the spiritual shift. And I wouldn't say that I had church brain, but I absolutely had some church hurt. And a lot of that was going on. And I went through a phase where I left at least the four walls of the church, but I was still so in love with God, and I just needed some kind of connection, and I was trying to find what I was not finding until I became a patron and I started following Dr. Reid. And the more he talks about the African spirituality as a Christian, and also the acceptance of and realization that maybe there are other paths and other people have ideas, and just it has opened my mind to so much, and I've just grown exponentially, whether it's financially, which is the lowest form of prosperity, but spiritually, emotionally, mentally. The calls that you get from the prophets, all 5 of them, I just have to say, for me, they are on point. All of them have just blessed me in so many ways, and I'm so grateful that I am a member. And anybody else who is not a member, you don't know what you're missing. I ask you to come on and join us.
Looking for a vibrant community where faith meets empowerment? Welcome to the LRL community on Patreon. Here you'll gain access to our financial wellness plan to level up your money game and build your immune system, health and wellness lifestyle plan to keep your health in check. But that's not all. With the groundbreaking AIR project, we're creating jobs in Africa beginning in Ghana. Plus, you'll unlock insider tips from senior executives across industries. And the best part? Be part of daily prayers, weekly coaching sessions with Dr. Larry Reid himself, and so much more. It's time to connect, grow, and thrive. Get the apps, grab the merch, and join us at patreon.com/Larry Reid Live. Let's build something amazing together. The LRL community is waiting for you. Multimedia personality, comedic commentator, songwriter, recording artist, spiritual leader, author, and actor. Larry D. Reid is the founder of the MBN Network, owner of LDR Enterprises based out of Atlanta, Georgia, and the spiritual leader of the Reformation Church of Atlanta. You can catch Larry Reid on the BET Plus original series Kingdom Business and on American Gangsta Track Queens. Streaming online at BET.plus. Church Critic by Dr. Larry D. Reid. An examination of the Larry Reid Live show perspective. Purchase a copy today by logging on to LarryReidLive.com. That's LarryReidLive.com. Stay connected to Larry Reid Live. Take a moment and like the Facebook page, subscribe to the YouTube page and hit the bell. Text LRL to 404-999-7527. That's the words LRL to 404-999-7527. And get notified when we go live. Become a member of Patreon. Log on to patreon.com/Larry Reid Live. Sign up, then download the Patreon app and turn on your notifications. Get connected today.
We're about to have a conversation. Oh, okay. Hold on just for a minute. Let me finish sending this text. Somebody sent me a text. Excuse me. Hold on a minute. What's that? Okay, yeah, do commercial. I need about 1 more minute to send this text. Hold us go down to the advertisement for the tracing the steps of their ancestors, which y'all should already done watch in the darn way. I should be right. Yeah. A lie has been told to you, and you have believed it.
It still has such an intensity, and the energy and the vibration in that place, you can feel it once you arrive.
At that moment, they allowed me to release my emotion.
Columbus never set a foot on any American soil before he dies.
The lie is being exposed.
This is for real. They took our strong and able people, but they could never take all Africans away. And today, we have returned in peace.
I still ain't ready, but I'm gonna just have to go on. But what I got to do, go ahead, so we can get started. Hello, my name is Larry D. Reid, and I am the host of this show, Larry Reid Live, your most favorite digital entertainment news and talk show that is on the internet, social media. I want you to take a moment and hit like and hit share and let people know we have a conversation. Of course, you guys know since I started doing conversations that are a little bit more elevated and covering things that become public that interest me and interest many of you, that all of the fluff don't come over unless or until I am in rare form or the topic is something that is very, 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 for lack of better words, salacious, I guess that would be the right word. But anyway, I got several different things going on right now in my head, in my life, and in my mind. And I am only talking about this topic when I'm live. There's a possibility that I may come live. Well, I know. If you're watching and you're part of the Celestial Circle, you're going to be getting a link in the Group Me app. I'm going to be in Zoom with you so I can flesh some of this out. So I don't think it's appropriate for public. Well, I don't think it's appropriate for the public. And I'm not going to discuss it unless heaven say, okay, you need to discuss this publicly. Other than that, it's going to go in with the Celestial Circle in maybe an hour and some change. I may do it right after this. After I get off here, go upstairs and just turn on my laptop upstairs. So if you're Celestial Circle, you can go ahead and put in the Group Me maybe an alert to where everybody can see it this Saturday, and tell them that I'm going to be dropping a link in there, or somebody, one of the contractors, are going to be dropping a link in there to the Zoom, because sometimes when I open the app, it don't work for me. That's why a lot of times I'm not even as active as I normally am, because it's not working. Hold on a minute. Hold on. I'm coming. Why y'all hollering? Let me see. Let me see what it says. Okay. I done forgot what the hell was I saying. Oh yeah, I was saying when I get off this here, I'm gonna go on to Group Me and post a link. Me or somebody is gonna post a link for us to have a Zoom. So I'll find all your Celestial Circle siblings in your phone and go ahead and tell them, say Dr. Reid is gonna be hitting us up. Yeah. Okay, I had to do a little cussing in my text. All right, let me see. Oh, yes, some Celestials are in here. How many Celestial Circle members are in here? Put a 1 in the chat. Let me see. Oh, yeah. Okay, so yeah, we're going to be having a conversation. Okay, good. Okay, so y'all text everybody you know personally, maybe not in the Group Me, and let them know, okay, Dr. Reid's going to be coming on. He want to talk to us because you're only going to be able to ask, hey, Denise Franklin is Celestial Circle? Marco, verify that in the contractor's thread. If so, fix her. She should have a wrench. On the Celestials, say it again. And Akeisha Johnson, is she Celestial Circle? If you're Celestial Circle, you are in the Group Me app. And that's the highest tier you can get in Patreon. And when that relates to anything I got going on. So hey, Denise Franklin, you're in Group Me. Check and verify that. Miss Pat says no, so that means maybe you were. I know who A. Denise Franklin is, but maybe you were, and you just didn't keep your qualifications, and you got removed. Oh, Keisha Johnson said, I'm not. It was accident. Sorry, no problem. You said yes, you are too. Catherine Lorraine Bennett. Okay, you may were, but if you didn't keep your membership, because that's a membership. If you didn't keep your membership, you were removed and you didn't know it. Wow. Are they texting in the Group Me now? Jay Tyler letting everybody know. Okay, so if you don't, Catherine, whoever said they are a part, if you are not right now seeing Jay Tyler typing in there, you're not a part. Yeah. Oh, she's in the group. Who's in the group? Oh, so Shamako said you are. Pat was saying no to someone else. Okay. All right, A. Denise. So fix A. Denise on the back end. So A. Denise, I need for you to comment a few times because for some reason you don't have a range. Oh, never mind. I don't know how to do it. Let me okay. You say you don't know how to do it on this computer. So it's already set on your computer. You don't know. So the computer is the problem. That's what you want me to believe. It's not the computer you do it on. You do it in the YouTube interface. So I don't know what the computers have to do with this. So I'm confused by your statement. It's not making no sense. I bet it makes sense to you. No. It makes sense to you because you're the one that's saying something that don't make sense. I'm out here having to listen to it, and I know that it ain't making no sense. You attempting to overtalk me is hilarious. Okay, let me see. I'm coming, A. Franklin. I'm gonna get it done right now because I be forgot and Kendall be forgot, and he be blaming me for letting him forget when he the assistant. So let me go ahead and fix this now. Y'all should hear him whispering. That's not true. It is the truth. So let me go ahead and do it now, because if I don't, it ain't gonna get done. Oh, I know how to do it. Why am I making this difficult for myself? That's because I'm having to do your job. if I ain't have to do your job, I would have on the brain for production. I don't have on the brain for production. I don't have on the brain for production. I just need for you to be quiet. I need for you to speed up. I need for you to become something that is amazing, like your Dennis and Ladessa made you to be. Hold on a minute. How can I? Here you go. I got you, A. Franklin. Now comment, you should be right. Catherine Lorraine Bennett says she got the comment from Jay Tyler. So I need that verified so we can fix that before we sign off. All right. Okay. All right. You ready now? So Nacho, you could have done that because I was making it harder than what it was. I think I do go to the live YouTube show. They comment and do it from there versus going to the back end. Mm-hmm. Aquina, this is 100% made up. I mean what I say, but it's more so a really Kendall just putting on. And Kendall is laid back. He only does this when he's upset. Who said that? The other one? I know who Tam is. Okay, so I need Marco and Miss Pat. You guys are going to can y'all verify that? But if they send Jay Tyler text, they in there. We just don't know if they're still supposed to be in there. Okay. Because I'm going live in there today. Okay, let me ask you this. If those that are saying that you are Celestial Circle, have you signed paperwork, applications, NDAs? If you haven't, oh, Catherine is. Okay, let's fix that. Make a comment, Catherine. Ms. Pat saying, okay, Tam, have you signed an NDA? You're welcome, baby. What's your real name? Because you saying I prophesied to you or one of the contractors? Oh, okay. Oh, you signed the NDA? Okay, well, let me go ahead and fix that. Okay. All right, comment one more time, Tam. Let's see if we got you fixed. Marco, Catherine Lorraine Bennett is Celestial. All right. Marco, is that verified? Yes. Okay. All right, let's fix that. All right. Somebody, well, you should know, baby, it ain't like the 10 people over there. It's over 100 people that's in that group. All right, so we are fixed now. We're fixed. Okay. All right. Thank you, Kendall, for that going back and forth. It sort of took me out of that energy. My head was in another energy. Mm-hmm. Will you stop? You messing up my show. You're doing it on purpose. No, it ain't you. It's somebody texting me. I'm saying I'm live. Oh my God. I'll tell you the truth. Okay. All right. So we all fixed. Everybody's ready to know it was from a lady in the MBN network. Okay, great. All right. Great. Yeah. All right. So somebody said, please clarify how to join Celestial Circle. Okay, well, let me do a commercial. All right, we're going to a commercial break. Larry Live, be right back. Hi, my name is Larry Reid, and I'm the host of the Larry Live show, but I'm also the senior most prophet and pastor of Reformation Church of Atlanta. In our Patreon community, we have created tiers of connection. Of course, if you signed up tier 1, you're a patron. You can come to all of our events called Only Patrons Are Welcome at our events. And then there's tier 2, the level of education and information you get every single week concerning numerology, astrology, shadow work, and therapy, and so many other things. It should be more than $24 a month, tier 2. And then essentially tier 3 is the Celestial Circle. And the Celestial Circles are those that we open to a certain level of exclusive services. One is the School of Prophets and Mystics 101. School of Prophets and Mystics 102 begins 2026, and details will be announced actually on tomorrow on the Reformation Prayer Prophecy and Coaching Call at 8 a.m. And you get more information on that. But if you're in the Celestial Circle, you can take 101 over and over and over, and you will certainly enjoy 102 because I will be teaching it and taking it deeper. So that means everybody who's ever been through the School of Prophets and Mystics before is probably going to be on at that time to make sure that they go even deeper into spirituality and spiritual work and spiritual tools and all sorts of kinds of conversation that's only for those people that have the teeth to chew that. Also, if you're in Patreon, you can always be a part of our 5 days a week morning prayer, our Sunday and Wednesday sessions. You get that just being a patron. But like I said, the celestial level, a lot of times we meet in certain countries. We meet for certain functions. There are certain exclusive things that happen that's fully only celestial. Even at our annual events, there are things that's only for the celestials. But I want you to know, whether you are a patron or you are celestial, you are in relationship with this brand. So there's that. And of course, to get into the Celestial Circle, you have to already have been at one of these other levels for a while, and we have established a relationship with you. We know who you are. You probably have been donating to the platform for a while. So it's just not a matter, okay, if you do this particular level of donation, you get into Celestial Circle. No, that donation is only a part of it. We have to know you. We have to vet you. Then you have to agree to an NDA. You know, that's a whole thing. But once that happens, you are in there. You stay active. I mean, you and one of the greatest, I ain't even mentioned, one of the greatest things about the Celestial Circle is the resources that you get plugged into, because there's so many professionals and thinkers and gurus and just smart, amazing people. It really just upgrades your entire life and existence. Yeah. If you are a bishop, a pastor, a artist, an entrepreneur, and you're doing, you're already a high performer or someone who is probably doing 6 figures or more a year, between 6 and 7 a year, that's the community for you. Yep. Tamar Williams said, do y'all know me yet? I know your name here on LRL, but I don't know how often you engage with the contractors. Yeah. Hey there. Yes, it is an amazing group to be in relationship with, whether you at the patron level or the celestial level. Yeah, because even the patron level, you engage with us. If you count the times I'm out here and in there, let's say every 9 days, you're going to have 3 opportunities to connect. Mm-hmm. You said you're gonna send an email? Okay. Is something wrong? Say it again. Excuse me, y'all. Oh, we back from the commercial. The commercial is over. Now we're live. All right, and we're back. All right, today's conversation is going to be about what happened in New Orleans the same day. And the question that I was asked was, does this have anything significant that is tied to it, or is the dark rumor on the web true? So I'm having the conversation. You said something is wrong? Okay, email info@thembnnetwork.org. Somebody see it as soon as it go in there. That's my older sister. She's saying, I met some great people last year and can't wait to see them again this year. Oh, yeah. Reformation this year going to be off the chain. Mm-hmm. Oh, we know you as if you are already. We know exactly who you are. But that's because of her engagement. And she's always supporting, So not just I know her. Kim, do you know what it is, right? Everybody knows what it is because she's that. So the day she said, I become a celestial, I already think she's celestial because she's so consistent in every other area, So when I see her, I know her when I see her at the events. Yeah, that's how that works. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, that's her husband. Now your husband is in here with you. Listen, Larry, in this space and time of my life, your work has confirmed my approach of work is necessary. Oh, wow. Okay, yeah, if that's the case, you're supposed to be in celestial. You're supposed to be consistently in whatever it is that I'm doing many times a week. Yeah, because I am you. And that sounds very, very, very interesting. Yeah. That means I should be the one receiving your teruma. I don't know who's receiving your teruma right now, but it means that I should be the one receiving your teruma right now because there's that selection that's done in heaven. So you just found your tribe. All right. Someone said hair follicle on board. You talking about my hair ain't shaved? I just shaved it. Oh, yesterday, day before yesterday? I got a whole head full of hair, y'all. I'm thinking about letting it grow out. Whenever y'all see my hair wrapped up, unless it's a day where I feel to be in that zone because the energy tied to it. You see me with a hair wrap on, it means that I need to shave my head, and it's bad. But I've been thinking about just letting my hair just grow out and just see what it would do. I have been thinking about it. What y'all think about that? What y'all think? Oh, why are y'all sending me to rumors? I mean, thank you that you're sending me to rumors. That's what I meant. You said it's a no for me. My sister says yes. Shamika Corsa said yes, get locks. Vonda said nah. Chris Jones said, I say go for it. Okay. Glenn says, I need the brand of the plain black t-shirt. Dr. Kim says, do it. Somebody said, I think you will look amazing. You have a 30-day trial for the hair. Okay. Afro. Go for it. Okay. Whatever hairstyle you like. I love bald hair since I shaved it all off. Yeah, it's easy. Okay, all right. I am the person that get 2 months in and like tie and shave it all off. So we'll see. All right, so let's go ahead and have the conversation. You can take that Larry Laugh thing down. And you need to do that from now on. You just really keep that up at the first of the show. So let me catch y'all up so y'all know what's going on. And those of you that I did see you in the chat when you came in, who is Annabelle or what is Annabelle? So let's have that conversation. Well, I did not know who Annabelle was. Of course, there are some people that are in my life, particularly and mainly Shamako Bryant, who love horror movies. And there's some others that are in my life that like horror movies. I don't like horror movies, not because I'm scared. It's just my brain is very analytical. So I'm like, none of this is real. This isn't real. So it's like, I don't understand what the scary thing is. And when people jump and they, have all these reactions, I guess it's something they just like to do to themselves, I don't know. And so that's how I found out about Annabelle. Now is The Conjuring and Annabelle the same? See, I need a horror movie expert. So The Conjuring and Annabelle, that's a black doll. Annabelle is the white one. Okay, so Annabelle and The Conjuring have merged up together. Is that what y'all telling me? Okay, somebody tell me. I don't know. Anyway, either it's The Conjuring or Annabelle, but somehow or another, whatever. I do not know, Nancy. It's not making no sense to me in no way. Anyway, I'm just saying I heard about all of this. Christopher Zone, where he at? Okay, The Conjuring is part of the Annabelle series. Okay, thank you. Marco says they are connected, but two different movies. Okay. All right. And I done made up a whole new movie. So any black writer, Kugler, give me my credit when you make Annabelle, because that would be good. Okay, so anyway, kind of found out that it was based on a true story. And let me see how I do with the true story. Well, in the true story, this was up north somewhere. I want to say Connecticut. Long piece ago, a nurse was given a doll that she gave to her daughter that began to torment her daughter's husband. And then they called them two psychics over, the Warrens. And this is sort of in the movie, but the movie adds stuff to it, creative, license. And they basically were like, this is a demon that's inside this here doll, and this demon wants to possess one of y'all. And then you got the movie, and the movie is excellent. And what intrigued me about this movie is because of the supernatural aspect. Now, the horror, the zombie stuff, I'm like, all right, you enjoy yourself. But when you implement something that's sci-fi or action or supernatural, then okay, I'll watch it. And that was the aspect that got me very interested to see these people, call a priest, to go to this one, that one. Then there's just this unexpected couple that someone referred, and then they come in and they the ones that's able to handle stuff and get stuff together. So in real life, this is a Raggedy Ann doll. Do y'all remember? Is it Raggedy Ann and Andy? Jeez, I think I just dated myself. I don't know where that came from. Raggedy Ann and Angie. I mean, yeah. Well, who is Angie? I done put her in this. And I have done brought Angie up I don't know how many times. Who is Angie? Is Angie talking about me? Is somebody's daughter named Angie? Why in the world am I discussing Angie? Overton again. I don't know who Angie is. But anyway. But Annabelle the porcelain Hollywood doll that represents the Raggedy Ann demon-possessed real-life doll has been, for lack of better words, on tour. And for the first time, this doll visited the French Quarter in New Orleans. Pause there. Let me back up. For those of you that ain't seen Annabelle or The Conjurings, in the movie, they use this doll. This doll is created and manufactured and is not the real doll from the real life story. It is the way they wanted to depict this doll. Now, I must say the original doll, Raggedy Ann doll, look a mess. And it look a certain kind of way. Delete that. You see right there, Kendra? You missing your thing. Right there, that is, first of all, I say ban and delete that comment. Because when they put it in there, that's the kind of stuff that it spams the chat and YouTube think it's a spam, and then they hide this whole live, which has happened successfully since we've been live, actually. Because they keep doing it. And if you don't get them quick, it's a shame that people ain't got nothing else better to do than try to mess with your chat. But yeah, don't come here with all that stuff. You do, you're going to get banned and blocked. Yeah, make a other name come talk, because we're not going to let you back in. Anyway. And wait a minute. Okay, let's pull out of that. Angie. What is the Angie that is pulling at me? And I'm trying to do a show. Okay. This Raggedy Ann, doll is ugly as hell. Have y'all Googled and looked it up? If you go into your other device right now and go in there and be like, I want to see the original Annabelle doll, Raggedy Ann doll, and put it in there and see what'll come up. Say it again. Your family, one of your sisters had one? Had both of them. Okay. Anyway, so did anybody know a family member of Angie Stone? I need to make sure this isn't. I'm trying to figure out what this is now. Hold on. Okay, hold on. This is Larry Live. This ain't the topic. Let's deal with that later. I'm not understanding why Angie is Angie, and that's the thing that comes to my mind is Angie Stone. No, does anybody know her family? You said your sister Angie had one? Okay. All right, so let's pause it. Can you send me a text and say Angie Joy's sister? And then put Angie Stone ? Okay. All right, yeah. So then we can move that to the side. Now, those of you that's not in our closed community, you do not know. Now, let me be very clear. I am nobody's medium. I ain't. I just have a sight gift. And so when sometimes we get interrupted and people's loved ones start coming through, and then we have to pause everything and go deal with that. And then we come back to what we're talking about. And I just need to make sure that that's not what's happening. And so sometimes what happens is something will come through that's abstract. And it can usually happen when I'm prophesying to somebody. And then I have to connect the dot, and then I understand, okay, this isn't somebody in their life I don't know. This is somebody that was in their life who's now on the other side, who's trying to make connection. And they could do it through any conversation that I'm having with them. And Ben, that we're talking about Raggedy Ann, and I keep mistaking saying Angie, this doll, oh my God. So this doll, okay, so it's almost like a real-time confirmation of what I was going to say and my opinion of all this. This is what happens when you have an object. Listen to this. This is real. This is true. This is always true. I don't care what your faith is, what your religion is. This is always going to be true. Whenever the collective unites their energy around a particular thing, object like this porcelain Hollywood doll, it becomes a portal. It becomes a link. It becomes a space and place through which energy can channel. So although this porcelain doll is not the Raggedy Ann doll, it is energetically tied to the doll. Why? Because the collective have energetically linked them. Now, do you hear what I'm saying? Now, that sort of explains linking. So but that's what happens when I'm prophesying. So I can be saying something in my prophecy, and I say something, and the Lord said, and then it's like something gets highlighted, then my sight get pulled away, and then I start have to connect an ancestor with this person. But it's because one of the words that I said or something I said got linked to something on the other realm, and now there's this connection. So linking is true. We used to call it in the country dressing an object. That's more intentional. That is more deliberate. If you know somebody is going to be handling like this roll of tissue, and you know somebody's going to be handling, you could dress this roll of tissue for their handling. So when you ultimately create a link between yourself and this, and then whoever you had the intention towards, when they grab it, now you're in the link. That's what I believe happened as it relates to this doll before it got to New Orleans. What I think occurred is that doll entered into New Orleans. Now, let me explain something about New Orleans, particularly the French Quarter. In Savannah and New Orleans, I have been on several ghost tours. And I have been on the tours where they're telling you about what's happening while they're saying it, or before they're saying it. There's a ghost or an energy that's meeting me or letting me see them, telling me everything that didn't happen. I do remember taking somebody with me one time on one of those tours. I can't remember who it was. It was you? Nathan. And I remember one particular one we was coming up, we're walking up to, because we've been on this tour for how long? They take it through the cemetery, all the different places. Unless I'm getting that messed up with the Savannah, Georgia one. And I remember coming there, I said, there's a man sitting at that table. He said, Reid, really? I said, yeah. And then went on, talk, eventually told a story about man sitting at the table that I had to say the ghosts come, however. So if you have any sight gift or any of your clairsenses are like heightened, going on those ghost tours will be great practice for you to get to know how your gift communicates information to you. Because if you authentically got the gift and the ability, in those places, the veil is thin. packed with energy. And this is what I believe happened. When they brought this doll to New Orleans, they brought the doll to a spiritual vortex, power vortex. Now, mind you, this doll by this time is now for lack of better words, because of the collective and the movies and the fear and everything, this is getting soaked up in this doll. So when you bring that there to a power vortex, you end up opening the space for transaction. That's what happened. Now, pause that. Let's look from a more expanded view of what I told y'all about the time we're in. We're in the time of Aquarius. Pluto's work is to pull everything up that is hidden to the top to be judged. It's also to pull everything up to the top to be reformed. And then not technological, but technicalized. There you go. And then technicalized and advanced and upgraded. That's the work of Pluto, its planet, its purpose, is the energy attached to it, and then the sign Aquarius that Pluto is in until about 2044. So when you combine that with this doll that is carrying that collective energy, and then the true story behind what it represents, all of that's what got us this thing filled and charged with this energy. And then coming to New Orleans and in the French Quarter, you are creating a world for spiritual activity. Now, this is the amazing thing about the amplification that happened in that moment. When I was told that the place was burning was a plantation, I said, ay, ay, ay. Do y'all know? I told y'all this. When they took that white chair and hit it on the head of white people, that was judgment. A chair is a seat of power. It's also a place of resolve, not just rest. And when that was taken and hit over the head of white people, I told y'all the ancestors were present. And we found out the day before, African spiritualists, hoodoo ladies, had went there and released flowers upon the water to venerate the ancestors. I told y'all this was the ancestors showing up. I said, and they ain't left. From then to now, and now Pluto is here. The spirit world, it's not that thick transition from us to there anymore. It's very thin. That's everywhere. And then in certain places, like certain places in Africa, there's certain places here in America, that's already known to be places where the veil is thin. So you got that going on. They bring the doll in that moment when the veil was thin. This is my belief. They haven't done an investigation, finished the investigation on the fire or nothing. But my belief is, from a spiritual standpoint, I don't know what they're finding in the natural. I don't know. I just know the same day of the fire and the doll, that was the same day. I don't know what they'll say, what started the fire. But what I'm telling you, whether it was a person or a freak accident or they never find out, I'm telling you, I believe that this was the vortex that was created and veil thin. And when they did, ancestors are all about justice. This was our main thing when it came to Jesus, because Jesus is justice. The original Jesus, not the Jesus that rests in Christianity. And probably your grandma and them and aunts and them called upon, that may not be the same Jesus. I don't know what kind of soul and awareness your grandma and aunts had. I know what kind mine had because of what they were doing. They were still holding many of the hoodoo practices. Mama Nita and Grandma Ida and Granny on my daddy's side, still going into the woods to get their medicine, boiling stuff, making us drink it, putting eggs in socks for mumps and new babies that come. Make sure you get the witch soap. They call it lye soap, but it's witch soap. It's the original name of it. And they take it and wash our babies in it. And, all these different rituals we had that they passed down and they did it. So they were in connection with the blackness that Jesus bore in his skin. And I want you to understand that that revelation of God was given to us first, not only. First, not only. And the reason why first is because we were wired to understand the sun. Melanin and the sun and the pineal gland are all one. So this is why spirituality is ours to teach. Not only, but when it comes to who are the experts in it and who are wired to conjure and wired to create, it is the more melanated you are, the more you have these abilities. It's just the truth. It's science and biology. And when the white man found it out, he developed his way of doing what we do back in Rome, made it a church, and then said, now make sure you take the way we do it and you put it everywhere and you make them folk feel like that they are not who we know they are, because we think they might do what we gon' do if they knew that they were the advanced version of humanity only because they were the first. Oh my God. So I think when that happens, see, ancestors there's justice. And I think they burnt that place down. 53,000 square feet. Larry, why you think that? Because their justice, because the thinness of the veil, and because of Aquarius is all about justice, transformation. Fire is the representation of transformation. And this transformation, the idea that you're burning away the lie and burning you into the truth. The lie is that this mansion, castle, like y'all do at Elmina in Ghana, calling it a castle. No, Elmina is not a castle. Elmina is a slave dungeon. No, this Nottoway Doohickey is not a sprawling 53,000 square foot mansion. It is a plantation where blood of black folk has been spilled. And that's what fire in Pluto does, a transformative, truth-telling work. Fire is a purifier. So that's what Larry think happened. So I began to look. I said, let me look around at some things. And let me tell you what I found. numerically. May the 15th, 2025, 5 plus 15 plus 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 5 equals 29. Let me see. That ain't right. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 20. Right. Why would you break that down like that? Okay, that's not right. Hold on. Hold on. I'm about to find out something now. Let me see. Numerology of that. Okay, give me a minute. I gotta check behind myself because once I put it out there, that's it. Right. Yeah, I just calculated it in my head. Okay, so the numerology of that day is the number 20. The single digit is 2. The number 20 is a karmic number that means judgment. Didn't I tell y'all the stars, the numbers, most times, and I'm saying most times because I just, it's a possibility that it will confirm the word of the Lord. This is not the word of the Lord. We're just looking at the prophetic science around it, the C. Yeah. 20 is a karma number, means judgment. And then when you break it down, because 2 plus 0 is 2, it means reflection. And it also means unforeseen forces, partnership, duality, working together. So this is exactly what happened. You got the doll and the French Quarter. This was totally set for some kind of spiritual happening or occurrence. Let me see. Can we do 145? I am almost off. Hold on, y'all. She said 130. Hold on, I'm trying to change something to 145. Girl, please, Bedu. Okay, so 4 p.m. I can do 4. Let me see what her answer is going to be back. Okay, so yeah, there's that. So that's just looking at the numerology. And what is so interesting, you also got to look at this white porcelain doll now. It's not the original, but it's the replica that the collective fear and the collective wonder is all connected to. So it makes it spiritually a portal. And that's around it. It comes into, for lack of better words, it comes, hey, I'm still alive. I didn't even know the link worked. Okay, all right. I'm sorry, you guys. Oh yeah. So look, okay. So this white porcelain doll that is wrapped up in white fear. Are y'all with me now? Because that's the original story. This white fear, Western fear, goes to a black, indigenous, African, hoodoo, voodoo, African spirituality place. Are y'all catching this? And the ancestors show up and begin to pass judgment on the Western spiritual fear implemented in our people through a white tool of colonism called Christianity. Oh, I can't help but see it. A symbol of black trauma where ancestral blood was spilled caught fire and burned the structure built on top of the black trauma. This was a resurrection of truth and a mirror. That's that number 2, that duality. That's that mirroring. Yeah, it does. It still does. But I had to check it because the way I got there won't right. But it still land to the same place. Yeah. Yeah. You got to bring it down to the single digit. What my bot did was take 15 versus May 5, 15 day, 2025. So you know that's a 9 for the year. That you don't take it as 15, you take it as 5 plus 1, 6. But still you end up coming, I think you break it down to 29. You take the 9, 10, 11. 11, 1 plus 1 is 2. The other one broke it down 2. So either way, it came to the same number. So I see that as well, that this is a mirroring moment of energy and also transformation and judgment for truths that were hidden and were not told. And in this respect, this is the ancestors making an announcement. Every human's energy that watched that movie and all of the series charge that doll, even though that doll is a replica. In African spirituality, we call that an egregor. Look at how you say the word. I don't say stuff right. Look at how you say the word E-G-R-E-G-O-R. I say egregor. What is Nicole saying? Nicole's egregor. Nicole said, chapter 2, Universal Day, the day when emotional and spiritual imbalances could surface, a time of relational and ancestral reckoning. The number 2, she must have got her chat GPT. She worked with it a lot. Got it trained. Wait a minute. Are you serious? Did y'all sit here and see me kept going through this whole thing with Angie? And I'm trying to figure out where is Angie coming from? Somebody verify that and see if that's true. Now, if that's true, I'm not touching this. I know how this works. See, I haven't even told y'all the story about me buying a piece of property that was an Indian burial ground, but I didn't know it until I was moving out after all this stuff happened over there. I know what it is to... Y'all watch Poltergeist. You watch these different places. Y'all watch this Conjuring. Well, I have lived that out in real life. And if that was any of that, well, what I need to know is that if that is true, what you just put in here, and if Angie is alive or not. If you tell me Angie crossed over, I'm hitting the end stream. Because I'm not that I'm scared. I just know that work, and I do not have the time for that at all. Okay. So that makes that dollar egregor, which is an entity that gets formed from a collective belief. I'm gonna say this, and it's gonna mess with you too much. This is why there is power in the name of Jesus, because Black people put it there. I know that's gonna bother y'all. But there's a little story in the Bible that sort of confirms that it ain't really the name with the power. It's who's saying the name. Y'all remember the sons of Sceva? Y'all remember that? Tags told me check my cell. Also, the girl Angie experienced paranormal stuff with the dog. Okay, y'all gonna really try to get me into this. But is Angie alive? Is Angie alive? Is Angie alive? Can y'all find that out? I need to know, is Angie alive? Okay. So that can be 4:00. So yeah, that is interesting. Yep, her roommate is Angie. Dang it. If find out is she alive, Lord, please let that girl be alive. And this is another Angie. Huh? You trying to find it out? Okay, all right. So you got a Gregor that is coming to Louisiana, the French Quarter. This is a Black voodoo. Oh, somebody put something I just seen. And I do find that interesting. The post-LA connection in Louisiana. Voodoo blends African spirituality and ancestor veneration with Catholic saints and rituals shaped by colonialism and forced by I think it's interesting that this happened there and the Pope is from there. I do think that's interesting. I don't think that's a coincidence at all. So Angie's deceased.
Because there's no evidence that suggests they're alive.
Somebody find out. Oh my God, this cannot be happening to me. Nicole. No, I don't think. I think, you know. Oh, so she's on the other side. It's believed she's on the other side. We can't confirm. Ty say you can't confirm it. Somebody say Angie's not alive. Are y'all sure? Huh? Oh, she's not alive. Okay. Let's keep having the conversation. I don't have time for this, and I hope I ain't messing nothing up. Or stirring nothing up, rather. Okay, so let's go. We're getting back while talking about the power vortex. That's a lot of rich ancestral energy down there in New Orleans. And I actually love New Orleans. I love Savannah. Savannah, if you're going to measure the vibration, the New Orleans vibration is next to none. Savannah is almost just as high. And I really enjoy those places. I enjoy going there. So when this happened, it opened, and that allowed for justice and transformation. And I think this is what happened. I don't know what their research is going to find, but that is what I think really happened. With all of those energies meeting, that created an imbalance, but it also was an opportunity for things to be addressed. Because y'all do know that our ancestors are not dead. They just in another iteration. Now, that Nottoway Plantation was one of the largest, I think it's 160 something years old. So there's a lot of deep trauma from our ancestors that built it. The bloodshed, the level of toxic cruelty, palatable and absolutely crazy. So bringing that doll, there was a trigger. Hey, it triggered up the ancestors because you brought this white Western symbol of fear into the indigenous space, almost like to parade around. I don't know if this was for one of their spiritual days that they have down there, or a show, a festival or something. But whatever it was, they were not having it. But it being destroyed by fire is a sign of reckoning, purification, and transformation. So spiritually, this represents that we are going to see this generation. We're going to see, while we're advancing, while we're growing, prospering as a people, we're going to see the ancestors get their lick back. When that chair, that white chair, was hit over the head of these white people, I told y'all then, but I didn't even know what I know sitting here since then. That really was the beginning of the ancestors returning. And what was interesting to me, and I don't know if I said that then, to those of you that watched me then, what was interesting to me is that dude, what went viral, that dude went into the water. Now, I watched it. To me, he moved quicker than normal. I think he went into the water to get an anointing from the ancestors to bring it back into our land. Because y'all do know we have millions of our ancestors whose spirit troubles the water. I want you just to look at the map during hurricane season and look at the transatlantic slave trade and put them on top of each other and look at how these hurricanes come into the regions that the ancestors were dropped off. You don't think the ancestors, their spirit still troubling the water? Oh, so you just think it's just natural. See, let me tell you how interesting this is, Diana Vibes Earth. The white man has taught you to be scared of your ancestors. So they have given you a white fear. See, this is what had them ancestors come up and kick their ass. So them, anyway, giving you white fear for you to follow out the door. I'm whatever spirits I'm evocating. First of all, I don't know what the hell that is. From Anna. See that you don't even have an understanding. You probably need to go anywhere because it's too advanced. But anyway, I'm just saying. That's what I'm saying. A white doll in the French Quarter, in New Orleans. Oh, okay. Listen, if you want to talk to the ancestors, I dare you to get in water. If you want to speak with God, I dare you to get in water. If you want the Holy Ghost of God in Christ Jesus to stir you up and charge you and give you a new shot, I dare you to pray in water. I just dare, especially a black person. I dare you to pray in water. Double dare you. Just put your feet in it and stand in water and pray. And then text me, let me know what happened. See, the white man got you in the oils. We move in the waters. I'm not saying we don't use oils, but I'm just saying. In some places we will call river people. Other places we will call sun people. We really are people of the sun. We are people of the river, of the water. Yeah. You got remember the sun, the pineal gland, that gold that is in our skin, melanin. All of that's the same technology. Put in the chat, I am the technology of the I am. I am the technology of the I am. You are wired to know. You are wired to see. We're talking about spirit. You're wired to feel. Let me say it like this. You might catch this. You're wired to catch the spirit. You're wired to catch the spirit. I'm not saying only, it's about primarily, firstly. So when it comes to a miracle, when it comes to a healing, when it comes to a prophecy, that technology is already in you. You are literally already that technology. You just don't know how to be that tool. That's what teachers, coaches, and prophets are for. To just unearth your identity. So the fire may not have been caused by the doll, meaning it ain't walking in and set the match. But spiritually, its presence functioned like a trigger, disturbing the thin veil between timelines. And it was like lighting a match. Who just texted me? Hold on. Girl, go to hell. I don't know who you is. What these hoes being able to get your number and stuff to my, hey, have you forgotten me? I don't know you. You are a trap. You are AI. You are AI confusion. I got to block you. All right. Here we go. What is that? Say what now?
That would make a great IG clip.
What is it?
You hold up that phone with that showed the picture of the girls and you said what you said. AI trap.
You're not about to get me right now. Get me clicking on something. Hi. What? No. Okay, I blocked the head eraser. I don't know what she wants. She was there. I don't know what it is. That's happened to me before. You're not my friend. No. Hold on a minute. Did she say you're not my friend? I done deleted. Did I read what she said? Hold on.
It would be in your deleted messages.
It's all right. I ain't got to say that. Okay, so let me get back what I'm saying. Let's look at the plantation's numerology. You got an address? Yeah, find the address to the
What's the name of the
it's called the Nottoway. See if we can look at that. I mean, because you got that doll showing up, that white doll, like an innocent. Just text it to me. Very innocent. Appearing innocent, but channeling. Oh my God. While you sending me the address, I'm gonna look at the astrology for May the 15th. All right. So if we look at and we use noon as the time, May the 15th. Okay, the sun was at 24 degrees in Taurus. Yes, right, because Taurus. Okay, and that's a fixed earth sign. Now, the sign Taurus represents property. We ain't saying God said nothing. We're just looking at the science. Fixed earth means property, legacy, stubborn memories. Y'all, I'm not making this up. Taurus rules land, material possessions, and ancestral inheritance. Fire in Taurus season equals the earth is crying out. Now, the moon was at 25 degrees. At 25 degrees in Sagittarius. Okay, and that's a mutable sign, ain't it? That's a fire sign. Reveals truth. Oh, a mutable fire sign. Yes, a mutable fire sign. Oh, so that means truth revealed through sudden events. Okay, just looking at the science is telling us what happened or what possibly could happen. Sagittarius energy is fire energy, and the fire in Sagittarius, the idea is to address and burn away illusion. It also means the fire is going to be sent to protect, like a battle axe in Sagittarius. Because you got to think about the mantle door, because it had the bow pulled up top, and then it has the hinds feet at the bottom like a horse, because it's man and beast. That's why in the Sagittarius, you're going to always have to deal with your beastly nature and keep it under your human nature. But your human nature has to deal with trauma and also the way that the mind thinks and that you emote and react. When you don't, that beast nature comes up and you become an animal, a caged animal, but yet it's still an animal. But that's got nothing to do with this. So, we said Pluto, but Pluto on that day was 3 degrees Aquarius, which means transformation of collective systems. Okay. So that fire burned away the illusion of being this 53,000 square foot amazing castle and oasis to the truth of what it was. Interesting. The ancestral rage burnt down Nottoway. And it was the largest remaining plantation in the South. And they won't say plantation in all the articles I read. They'll say mansion. Oh, whiteness is interesting. Whiteness has no soul. None. I don't see how you can do that. Somebody showed me a video, or sent me a video of these hungry children in Gaza. And Israel consistently bombing. I don't understand why every prophet and pastor wasn't saying what I was saying. Little old me is what they be saying. I know ain't little. How come y'all could be all Kamala with your eyes closed? I was Kamala, but with my eyes open. I said, this is just another head of a horrible beast. But I choose her over Donald. But there was pastors and some followers on the internet who were like, Reid, I can't believe you would say anything negative concerning her. It doesn't help the cause. I get what you're saying, and I agree with what you're saying if I was saying something facetious and crazy. But I got to tell the truth. The truth is she was supporting, along with Biden, the slaughtering of children and of entire people in the name of Christianity and every president before them, and boast our alliance with an illusion called Israel. If you ain't scared, put in the chat, Israel is an illusion. It's not a truth. I repeat, Israel is an illusion. It is not a truth. There's certain things that if you don't hear a black pastor, man of God, prophet, bishop say, you can pretty much guarantee that their soul is white. And any black pastor dragging your black body to Israel before he drag you to Africa has a white soul. I read Darn P. Because Israel in the Bible was never a place. White folk, and I mean whiteness, now I'm not talking just skin, created the place Israel. Israel is, was, shall always be a man. His name was firstly Jacob. I don't have a problem saying the things that need to be said. I'll say the things that people will not say because I'm not paid for and I'm not looking for pay. And let me say this. It's not, the pay isn't always cash. Sometimes the pay is position. The pay isn't always cash. It's sometimes power. Larry is not interested in having a placement, a power, or position that he did not get from or while telling the truth and loving everybody. Israel is an illusion, a deception, a devil indeed. It is not a state, a place, or the people of God and God's people. That's made up. It's not true. It was always Jacob. And the land that he said that he promised to give was not called Israel. It was called Palestine. So I couldn't help but say, I'm voting for Kamala, but I know Kamala's a devil too. And that bothers so many people. I just didn't want anybody to vote stupid. And I didn't want anybody to misconstrue what I was saying. Because I can't stand on the side of what ain't right with my mouth closed. I've never been able to do it. If my mama's in the chat, she'll tell you. If family members, anybody that really know me in the chat will tell you, I can't. It's impossible. I can't do it. I have to say, that ain't right. When I saw the pastors and the preachers and the bishops, going to the DNC convention, going to the RNC convention, fine. Maybe that's your calling. Maybe there's something I don't understand. But I can't stand for and with what I know ain't right. I can't do it. And it's best for me to separate myself from that in silence and just continue to do what I'm supposed to be doing and stay in positivity in the work than for me to, that's what you rather me do. Oh, Lord. That's what you rather me do. You rather me do that than confront or call out or do Reid, because that's not gonna go good. Because at that moment, then I'm gonna say, okay, well, let me just take the whole thing. Let me just address all of this, and that ain't good for nobody. But I enjoy the freedom because, and let me tell you this, Larry Reid come from nothing. People say that, but if they were born into the money like Donald Trump, and then you went and created and got it out of the mud, y'all not the same people. You may be both millionaires, but y'all not the same type of millionaire. Because I have faith, and because of my experience of living in my car, I am not fearful at all of not having the ease, the choices, the options that I'm afforded having now. There's nothing I won't say, okay, you can come and get that, you can have that, I move out. That ain't no thing. That ain't no problem for me. Somebody came to my house the other day and they saw a pod sitting in my front yard and one on the side of the house. They said, are you moving? I said, no, I'm clearing up the past. They said, what you mean? I said, I didn't even realize that I had personally and MBN Network. We had all these studios all over America. And when I decided I wasn't going to be in those places no more, I just put everything in stores and kept on my life. I said, I want to pay attention. I'm holding on to something and I can feel spirit pulling me somewhere else. I had Nathan to fly these pods from all over America and land them in my yard, 3 of them. Empty that stuff out, place it in the garage area. And then we're going to do a yard sale and get rid of all of that. I think the moment the last piece is sold, I'm going to see something that has been kept in a holding pattern all of a sudden hit me and hit the ministry. That's going to upgrade it. Because you can't go on the next holding on to what was. And this is the reason why in the community, a lot of times I teach and I serve that community. It's not mine, my community, no. If and when I say that, you need to understand, I'm very clear, I'm serving. And that's why we always clear our energy chambers. What you mean energy chamber? Your closet, your closet, the place that your cloths are set in is an energy chamber. That's why you have to clean that and keep carrying all those years of same clothes. You have to clear that. Because every day you're supposed to put on the energy that brings form to your day. Clothes that set the day. My cloths are set in an energy chamber, and I put that energy on every day. And that energy determines my day. It's cleansing. Oh my God. Okay, so did we have the conversation about this here raggedy dog? I think we did. I think I'm complete with the conversation around it. Yeah, I said I was gonna do the numerology for the address. I just changed my mind. I ain't. You go do it and let me know what you find. Larry, you're so right. you make so much sense. Every time something happens and God speaks to me about it, you always give me confirmation. That's cause you got the thing. I have a gift I can't understand right now, but you always speak things I know. It's a special gift for me to use in time and season. I fast and tongue got better than person. Thank you so much for all of it. Got it. You're welcome. Oh, you said all of that. I need your $8.88. Don't give me no mouth service love. And I had that a lot of times in my life. If you really love, hold on a minute. That's just the ministry. You might want to give me something. If you really enjoyed the conversation, heard something you haven't heard, was inspired, I made you think about this in a different way. On the right, it goes to the ministry. And in the memo section, whether it's Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, put your phone number and just put LRL so we know when you've done the donation of $8.88. And everybody can do it. Everybody can do this. Somebody said, okay, I don't want to do $8.88. We'll put a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 in front of $8.88. But make sure those 3 8s are in there, because the 3 8s in Jamaica come to Jesus Christ, Jesus, which also is a symbol of wealth, infinite wealth, and prosperity. So every time you give $8.88, you are declaring Christ's consciousness in your life. You're declaring resurrection and transformative power in your life. You're also declaring the power to get wealth in your life. So every time you sow that seed, you are declaring that harvest of that seed. On the left, it's teruma. You may not know what that word is. It basically means your personal prophet, chief inspiration in your life, supervising priest, or the person who is your coach. Every time you get paid 2.5%, you do that before your 10% to the ministry. And then if any other time you do it, you may haven't gotten paid, so it's not a teruma type, it's just a teruma offering. You just want to do it because you're thinking about the person. And in this instance, it's me. There's over there on the left. PayPal. I am LarryDeReid.com. My most favorite way to receive your teruma, because you're able to say so much in the memo section and I can hear what you got to say. So if you ever want to send me a message and you want me to be able to see it, and I think I can respond there now. I think that's the new feature they have there. You go to IamLarryDeReid.com, not LarryLive.com. You go to LarryLive.com, that's still NBN. You have to go to IamLarryDeReid.com, all of those ways there. $8.88. Thank you for doing that on Facebook, Pamela. You wore new clothing during Mother's Day weekend. Family didn't even recognize me. New hairdo. It's dope. Give what you give it in Jesus' name. What is the name MBN? Oh, it's a great question. Thank you, Josh Billinger. Give me an opportunity. Well, I had a church. I can take it, goes back to 1997, a long time ago, riding down the road. The Lord said, I have called you to impact the world, and you are supposed to cause spiritual breakthrough. So breakthrough has been a word that I've kept no matter what I'm doing. So it was Spiritual Breakthrough Ministries Worldwide. And then I understood, oh, that's the covering. And then so I made the church Breakthrough Pentecostal Apostolic Holiness Church, some long name. Long story short, after all said and done, was called the Breakthrough Church. So that's what it was called for so long, the Breakthrough Church in North Carolina. And when the Lord, God, you may hear me say Spirit with the big S, made it clear to me what I'm supposed to be doing in the next season of my life. I said, okay, I can't carry a name that just says this here is a church. And if you are a minister listening to me, you may need to consider this, because in doing businesses, it can cause some problems sometimes. And so I said, okay, we make it to where, since we're going online, where people can get breakthrough online instant. So you get your breakthrough right now. And so the first name change from the Breakthrough Church to the MBN network was actually called My Breakthrough Now, which meant digital empowerment on demand. My Breakthrough Now. Yeah, My Breakthrough Now. But then they got too long and didn't work in certain arenas. I said, okay, let's change this. Let's make it the MBN network. So I feel like I'm supposed to create a network around the world of spiritual people who are interested in getting their spiritual breakthroughs digitally, cyberspace. So My Breakthrough Now turned into the MBN network. So it's really the My Breakthrough Now network. But thank you for asking me that. Let me see here. I will. My niece will have to send it to you when you come over here this way of giving. I'm learning you will get it. Oh, I get what you're saying. You got to get into the new way of giving. You know, listen, and see, that's one of the benefits of being in Patreon. Do you know we have trained so many senior citizens in AI, social media? Oh, we have. You can learn to do it yourself. Don't let your niece just do it. You need that experience. Mm-hmm. Shoot, we need to on our way out to play black like that. Well, let's see if I find that in here. Wanna be black like that? No, rare breed. Because rare breed is for everybody. But I can play both of them. Some say Overcomer too. Oh, let's play that. I think that's more fitting for today's conversation. Yeah. That's more fitting for today's conversation. That's over here on the side, ain't it? Where is it at? Oh my God. Somebody took it out. All right, let me look. Walking in the room. I must just want to hear that. Yeah, Overcomer is way more fitting for this here. Let me see. Thank you so much, Crystal Williams. Are you going to create jobs like you just mentioned, helping the seniors with AI and other careers? I would love to. I can't wait to, but not right now. Got other pressing things before that. I don't like doing new hires randomly anymore. I need some chicken. No, my mouth closed. I tasted some fried chicken. If I can find something I can eat, it's like my body is totally rejecting food since I've been back from overseas. When I came back from overseas last January time, 2024, then again in August, we went overseas again, stayed a while, went back November last year, came back, went back January, came back, and just got back here in May. Do y'all know every time I got back, it took longer and longer and longer for my body to acclimate to the food here. And I realized this, and I'm going to make this statement. I don't think we're eating real food here in America. I think we are eating food assimilations. And once your body detoxes from the food assimilations and all of the chemicals, that it don't want it back in. It don't want it back in there. It wants at clean food. Do y'all know last week for 3 days, this week for 2 days, I couldn't eat anything. Let me explain what I'm saying. I couldn't eat just anything. So if I was home and I couldn't like have somebody go way over here to get this because I can eat that, I ate bananas and grapes, a big old thing of mangoes, water, some pineapple juice, and that's it. But then when I would go and grab it, listen, they got a plate of food in there right now, $25 that Kendall got to throw out, or I throw out, whoever decide to do it. Okay, now but 2 of us here. Oh my God, there needs some feminine energy here sometimes because stuff don't be right. Huh? You didn't eat yours? Well, why didn't you? Oh, a lot of foods. That's $80 wasted. You eat it today? I went to take one of the pieces. This meat's supposed to be good. I can go there all the time. And I put it in my mouth. My soul vomited. I hurried up and dragged that up out my mouth. So I don't know what they put in that chicken. That ain't right. I was able to eat a little bit of mashed potatoes and broccoli, but that's all I could eat. So I ate last night. My dinner was broccoli, mashed potatoes, grapes, banana, and that's it. Yeah, I drank a little bit of juice, he said. Oh, I drank some grape juice. That's it. Yeah, we're not eating no food here. I don't know what this is, but it is not food at all. It's not food. Because my body does not like it. Don't like it. That whole time I eat your blood type. If you in America, there's no way for you to eat healthy. It's like 11 companies that own all the food. And now all of the checks and balances is moved out of the way. So when folks start dying of salmonella, what's called salmonella, and Ebola, and something getting in food, we ain't gonna know it till after 159,000 folk done died. Then they have to rehire the folk they fired. They say, "Come on and tell us what this is." Are y'all trying to do some kind of ethnic cleansing? If not cleansing according to your ethnicity, are you cleansing according to how much money you generate? What y'all real tricky with this. What is up? I thought the government's supposed to care about the people. But good as much as I love food, if it hadn't been for this going in and out of the country, my body would have never been able to tell me that, because I was fully acclimated to the junk I eat and you eat. And I eat pretty good in comparison to other people I know 47 years old from the country like me that love food. But once I know you love pork chops, I know you love neck bones. But if you happen to cleanse your body of all of that, you get it out of your palate, and then you go back to eat it. Let me know. I'm going to tell you this. I love some bacon. I found some ribs the other day, and I might order that today. Oh, my God, it was so good. And I was so glad I was able to eat them. It was really, really good. How did I get on that? You see, I'm just fat. And I'm sitting here hungry. I'm just fat. I don't even know how I got on that. But anyway. Yeah, let me go ahead and play this Overcome and get on out of here. I got it. Oh, if you are a Celestial Circle, I'm about to go right upstairs and go live, because then I got a meeting at 4. So we only got like an hour some change. And I actually feel really good. Yo, you can hear Santel. I'll let you taste them. I order them so you can have them, because you should get here a little bit earlier than everybody for Reformation. Oh yeah, okay. The rehearsal, you gotta be here for in June. I get it for you then. You know you ain't got the accent till you know you're one of my favorite nephews. You already know that. Of course, Neil. You know you're one of my favorite sisters. Just ask. Just ask. Y'all remember that? You know that, Nancy? What's the next line? It's not the Wilmington Chester Mass Choir. I know you didn't know it. Right. Just ask. Because I love gospel. I was doing something one day and I seen a comment up or something. I looked at the name. I said, "Is that just asking my name?" Oh, she didn't even know. I found out to see her in the comment section. That voice is exceptional. And it is unique still to this day. And there's no other throat that sounds like that. You can know her voice anywhere. What is her name? But I seen it. I said, "That's asking my name. That's asking my name." You know, black folk, we good for that, ain't we? I don't know. Somebody gonna in the chat gonna know her name. She's a pastor now. That girl throat, and she done got Kim McFarlane and her vocal. She still like she did back then, but you can tell she got a little bit more, even more skill now. Hey, power to make you walk right, power to make you talk right, power to make you live right, power to make you give right. There is power. Where you at, Nancy? Power. 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 All right, thank you. You got it. All right, Nancy. Y'all probably couldn't hear him, but he was on note. He was on note. He was on note. He's not now. All right, we about to do. We are overcomers. Hallelujah. Now, yeah. You've been given out. Who was that? I forget they keep oh my God. I'm sorry, y'all. I forgot. I don't think they let me play this song no more. Oh, I know how to do it. Never mind. Hold on. I know I did what I did last time. Okay, hold on. I'm coming. What's that? What was that? Type in the overcome. No mind. All right, I got you. Hold on. All right, share screen. I remember I had to do this last time. They won't let me play that thing. They're like it's somebody stealing. It's me. I wrote it. All right, in light of this whole ancestral talk, overcomer. Have a nice day. And thank you for your donations. I see them. Thank you so very much. You've been given eyes they don't see. Something strange happened to me. And what's going on? I know something's wrong, but I
had no words to sing the song. We are overcomers, and no one can conquer. We are overcomers, no one can conquer. Came out the field and went to build and what we are, made from stars. You can't kill what you ain't building. Watch how we get up from here.
We are not going to sit around while you go ahead and desecrate our Constitution, or you look at the laws that have been passed into law and say, never mind, we'll just ignore that. Instead, we are going to be in your face.
We will fight their violations of separation of powers. We will fight their violations of our Constitution of the United States of America.
No one can conquer. Came out the field and went to build and what we are, made from stars. You can't kill what you ain't building. Watch how we get up from here.